She is phenomenal. I can't think of another word. I want to, though. Exquisite. How's that one? Welcome back, and thank you for joining me for another reaction video. If you are new here, please don't forget to subscribe and turn on those notifications and you'll be okay. Now we're back with another Nightwish Saturday, and I'm excited because we're looking at a song called Slaying the Dreamer. But before we get stuck into that, I want to show you that I'm repping my brand new Night Dreamers Reactor Side t-shirt from their Discord server. It was sent to me by the lovely Trinks, and I'm going to plug them up front because they're important. Ever since my channel started, they've been huge supporters of my content and quite frankly are responsible for a fair amount of the success I've had on YouTube. So a massive thank you to all of you. If you are a Nightwish fan and you're looking to connect with like-minded fans, share your love for their music, I strongly encourage you to join that Discord server and chat to those people. Awesome group of people. The link for that server will be in the description below. And if any of the reactor siders are in the chat right now, hello and thank you for being here. Now back to the song. As I mentioned, Slaying the Dreamer live in Buenos Aires. It's an official live video. Can't wait. I love the live stuff, and it was heavily recommended on Tank and My Discord server. That link is also in the description below. There's a nice section there to recommend songs and votes on them, and we have some people who put it into a plan so that it makes our life easier to kind of plan our week of reactions we're going to be looking at. So can't wait to get stuck into this one. Nightwish, Slaying the Dreamer, live in Buenos Aires, official live video. Let's see what you got. Okay. Hang on a second. We're going to go back to the beginning because that's what we do around here. If you're new, get comfortable. Now, I love the start to the song because I've said it before, Empu is a necessary guitarist, does just what the song needs. But I always thought to myself, like, I want him to have more of a spotlight. And here he got that. Starts the song out on his own. Nice, awesome, heavy riff, nice tail to it. Simple but effective. Couple interesting things there in technique. So one of them is doing a nice slide. That's when you strum, and then the kind of slide is in between the strumming pattern. So you'll strum down, and that gives you enough volume and intensity to kind of do the slide up and down. You strum after again. And it sounds like he started a set of strings down because when the drums kicked in, it did sound like it went a bit deeper, like he's gone up. So I want to hear if that kind of loops and repeats. Nice quick accents from the drums there, and the bass, nice slide on that. Crowd sounds like they're going off. You can hear the chanting. I don't hear Thomas here. It sounds like he's kind of restraining and allowing this to build up quite nicely. Lot going on. Let's get back to it. Also, shout out Tank. He'll be happy to let you know that that is an ESP. Okay, I'm going to stop there, let it track forward. Wow, heavy riff comes in, you know, drums come in solid, powerful. Then I started to hear Thomas for those bell effects. Sounds like it's slightly back in the mix and on top. And I say on top because in terms of a frequency way of thinking, it's a higher pitch, so it feels higher than the lower tones. And it sits on top of the music like icing on a beautiful cake. Cool. He's being quite restrained. He's doing lead work, but he does it in a way that the intensity is a bit dropped back, allows the vocals to shine through. Nice fullness, but not overly full. And then Floor comes in with just magical vocals. She comes in with quite gentle, reserved vocal take on this. And it's strange because the music is heavier, her voice is a bit more gentle, and I ain't mad at the contrast. It's a nice kind of shift in the dynamic of what you think the song's going to do, and then it just becomes this, and I'm very, very happy with this. I like this. I like this a lot. I think I heard Flaws say Slaying the Dreamer there, a bit more drama and no voice at the end. They do things that surprise me quite often, and I should expect it, but I don't. Choruses, traditionally, are a shift in the dynamic from the verse and the chorus itself, right? And the way that you do that is through changing intensity, layering. You can do it through a perceived increase in volume. Sometimes you can leave a small little break in that in the music just before. You can do a pre-chorus. But ordinarily, if your verse has energy, you assume, because of, years and years and years and years and years of traditional music conditioning, that if the verse has energy, the chorus is going to have long drawn out chords. And they kind of did that, but not really, because as it starts, you can hear those quick da-na-na, and then you hear the chords ring out. So it's a bit of a change for me, something I didn't expect, but I like it a lot. Nice upfront change, and then goes into what you expect it to do. And I like everything working together there to accent those 3 hits, and then the melody can shift on. It's just cool, man. It's all very, very cool. Nice intensity in her vocals there. She's building up beautifully. Minute 38 in a almost 5-minute song. So great understanding of the spacing of this and when to kind of increase at which part. And I'm assuming that Thomas, our structural engineer, is at play there. I'll go back one just to lead in, but it's interesting. In older metal songs, when you heard a really powerful, nice riff, you would hear that being cycled through kind of 3 or 4 times, and then you'd hear a nice tail. I say 3 or 4 because the length of the tail will kind of dictate that. And here and then in the verse, you'd hear them play a variation of that riff, normally just a shorter bit or a more muffled bit to be a melodic back piece. And Empu's doing that here. So instead of those slides, he's just doing palm muting. No, I'm not going to explain what palm muting is once again, because you're probably sick of it. It works. Hang on a second, man. Thomas is smart. He's been very restrained here. You can see him doing some frenetic work here and there, quick hits outside of those joined up pieces. But he's doing more, it's almost like throwing a blanket over the music. It kind of glues stuff together, creates a fullness, and it's just a mature approach to know that, those keys don't always have to be the lead. They don't always have to be in the forefront, especially when you've got such a great, strong melody like this. Come on, man. Come on, Empu. Shout out Tank the Tech for this, because I'll put a link to his channel in the description as well. Going to be loads of links there. Perfect place to pause. Shout out Tank, because I was watching a double reaction he did to Nightwish on his Nightwish Wednesday, and he said something very poignant and very true, is that he looked at a song, 2 versions of a song done years and years apart, and Empu was so consistent with the use of his lead work, and particularly that whammy bar, which is that little bar he keeps picking up and bending. It temporarily shortens the distance of the strings between the bridge and the headstock, gives you that wobble and that tonal change. But a lot of the beauty in what he does is he does what the song needs, but also his consistency. He is so consistent, and that doesn't happen overnight. That takes years and years and years of hard work. I have so much respect for this man. Wow. It's rare that I go halfway through a song, just over actually, without going on and on and on about Floor's vocals. And I think part of the reason for that in this song is because of how smart she's been with when to amplify and when to increase. And it's starting to happen now. So I'm expecting a bit more fireworks towards the end. She's been reserved, but clear, consistent. Quality is amazing. There, she sounded like she went into like a lot more amplification, wider mouth, more air coming out, and sounded like a slightly higher register. Just awesome. Really, really awesome. The music didn't ring out. It was more consistent. It was consistent in every part versus those ring outs and dips that you heard on the earlier chorus pieces. And just at the end there, that long, beautiful note, she could have chosen to end that any way she wanted. She could have pulled slightly away from the mic. You would have had that power dip. She did a little. She could have done like a vibrato ring and then just ended. She could have cut it short, but chose to go with overly pushing more air out deliberately than you need to, so you can get that cry and whine effect. And it's that emotional element and personality. She is phenomenal. I can't think of another word. I want to though. Exquisite. How's that one? I love that stuff. I love that stuff. When you take something that is a really power piece, it's 4/4, it's on the beat, it's predictable, and then you change it up with a nice syncopation. It sounded like they did basically a delay of that notes. It sounded like they played it just after where you expect it to be, and then there was a rush to catch up. Nice little change up there. I want to hear it again. It's awesome. Hey man, come on with that kick work. Come on. Now they're being much more playful with their vocals. Floor's been a little bit more whimsical and silly, and Marco's been more ominous and kind of like demanding. And there's such a great like marriage of their vocals. It's really, really remarkable. Soslol. There are a lot of singers who can sing together and they sound beautiful and it's awesome, but there's far less singers who can sing together, sound great, but there's also such a perfect matching of and complementation of each other's styles and vocal choices. They do this really, really well. Nightwish doing Nightwish things. Oh, didn't mean to actually pause there. Just wanted to get my hand in place. Soz, let's go back again. And for everyone saying these are fake reactions. If they were, wouldn't have kept that in, would I? Hang on now. Hang on. Is my dude Thomas shouting out Psycho there? The movie Psycho, right? Everyone knows that shower scene. The knife comes in. Those little sharp accents. And the beauty of that movie is the approach to the music and score is that at that time, a lot of movies were overcrowded with score. It was all just so full and overdone. And the approach was to remove a lot of that sound to create silence, moments of a lack of music, so that when you had something, it was impactful. And probably overthinking this, but I'm going to say that's a shout out to Psycho because I love the movie and I love horror films. Nice anticipation in the film, nice anticipation there. It's almost those two little dissonant notes together. Sounds really cool. What was Hitchcock's quote? There is no fear in the bang, only in the anticipation of it. Much like this song, built up quite nicely in moments of, in horror films, what you'd call a scare. So different to what you're thinking about in certain moments, predictable at others, and I like where this is going. Love that. No vocal coach, but I just love that. I don't really know what it is. Sounds operatic to me. The clarity from the beginning, nice vibrato and all of that, just really cool. I think there's a part in Ghost Love Score where she does that as well, and just kind of accents with the music. It's beautiful. I know nothing about vocals. Shout out to Julia, who is the queen of vocal coaches. Slay queen, slay. Also, for everyone asking about another collab between Julia and I, we have been planning to do that all along. We wanted to do one for her channel, one for mine. That is still the goal, but that's on me actually. I upgraded my setup. I'm kind of back to work, so I'm trying to find time in the schedule. So that's my fault, and I promise I will work harder to make sure we get that second part done. Now that's cool. Just cool, man. Like the ending. Again, going back to my horror film analogy. You think a scare's coming, it doesn't. That anti-scare. And then the real one comes in. So you thought the song was ending, comes back again, and all of a sudden a sharp end to the song, which I like because it started out, I won't say it wasn't sharp, but it started out just with improv. So there was a nice allowance of one instrument and then everything else came in. Fantastic band. I'm not going to harp on it about it again. This has been super fun, continues to be one of my favorite days of the week, and I appreciate you all for that. Remember, Night Dreamers Reactor side link in the server below. Shout them out. Cool tea, thanks drinks, appreciate you all. Until the next one, please be safe, be nice to each other, and have a damn good day.